Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have another fall collection review for you guys today, and welcome to any of you who are new here. My name is Laurie from Go Polished. I love to do nail polish reviews and nail art tutorials from time to time. It's been a while since I've done those, and I do a lot of other things on my Instagram, so you can follow me there. I'll put my handle right here so you can see it. I am going to be talking to you about the new China Glaze fall collection, the Autumn Spice. It's a pretty typical fall collection. I think all the colors are pretty typical for fall, and I think they go well together, and I've really been enjoying China Glaze's collections recently. So this was sent to me compliments of China Glaze. The polishes are available at Beyond Polish. I will put a link down below to purchase the collection. That is an affiliate link. I do have a coupon code you can use. It's GoLaurie10, and I really appreciate you shopping off my link because I'm hoping that the time that I put in these videos are really helpful in you being able to know what polishes to pick up. And I do have comparisons for this collection today. I think some of these are going to be polishes that you've seen in other brands, and a few are unique, so let's talk about them. The first one we have here is the Snuggle is Real, and it's this beautiful nude shade. It leans a little bit peachy pink, and it's kind of a mid-tone color. So this is pretty much the same as my skin tone, and I have a medium skin tone, so it would be like my perfect nude. But I've said this before, I don't really like nudes that are the same color as your skin. I like to have a little bit of contrast. So I don't know how much I'll be wearing this one, but I do find it beautiful. I think it's perfect for fall. I don't know, maybe I'll try it. We'll have to wait and see. But the formula is really great on this one. It's going to be opaque. Oh, it was so close to one coat, but I really think you're going to need to do two, and I just do two anyway. And so I found that the formula was really, really great on this one. I really liked it quite a bit. I really wanted to like it more than I did, but I think it's just too close to my skin tone. I did comparisons to it. I knew you probably would want to see OPI El Matte Adoring You, and that one's a little bit more peachy. Less is Aura is a little more peachy and maybe a touch more red, and then Orly Roam With Me is more pink tone. Out of all those, I think I like this one best on my skin tone if I had to wear a shade like in that range. And honestly, I don't think I've worn any of those except for maybe Roam With Me like as a mani. So I just don't reach for those colors very often. I like them, but on me, I just don't so much. But out of all of them, I like this one against my skin tone. So hopefully that will help you if you have a medium skin tone. If you have a lighter or darker, you might really, really like this one. Or maybe you like that really nude look on your fingernails. So pretty close, not super unique, but definitely a cool color. The next one we have is Autumn's Up, and it's a beautiful mustard yellow shade. This one's a little bit more muted, which I like. I did really like this one on the nail. I do like to wear mustard here and there in the fall, so it was kind of fun to see this one. China Glaze did come out with a mustard yellow a couple years ago, and I did compare it to that, so you'll see that in a second. But the formula is really good on this one. I got it opaque in 2 coats. I do have a few nails with just a few high ridges, and so I did have to do 3 coats on those nails. But other than that, the formula was pretty good. I felt like it built up pretty well in 2 coats. Sometimes those high ridges on my nails can make it hard for me to know exactly how many coats you need. But if you do have high ridges, then you might need 3. I compared it to Mustard the Courage, and that one's a little darker and maybe a little more murkier. It might have like a touch of green in it, but they're very close. I do like Autumn's Up better than that one, just because I like the color tone. It's a little bit lighter. And then I compared it to SEU Know the Espadrille. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's a golden yellow that's more mid-tone. And then I really wanted to have you see how it compared to OPI Marigolden Hour, because I wanted you to see how bright that one is and how different they are. This is definitely a more muted shade, and that one's more of a warm, bright shade. I don't know, if you have Mustard the Courage, you probably don't need this one, but if you didn't pick that one up and you really want one, I do like this one better than that one, even though I really liked that one when it was released, so this is a good one for fall. This next one is Spice to Meet You, and it's a beautiful kind of spicy orange, a red orange, burned orange. There's a lot of companies that have been coming out with shades like this, and so it's not super unique. It has a really, really fantastic formula. Only 2 coats for opacity. I want to say it's tiny bit curly-ish, but I think it's just got a really shiny cream formula, and so it just goes on really, really nicely. It was hard for me to do comparisons because there's a lot that are like this. I don't think this is super unique, but I really didn't find anything that was exact, I don't think. Let's go through and read my notes here. So I compared it to Susie Needs a Locksmith, and that's a little bit of a brighter orange. And then I compared it to It's a Piazza Cake, and it's a little more muted than It's a Piazza Cake, but it's close closest to that, I want to say. And then my Italian is a little rusty, is a little darker. Now I wanted to compare it to Plain Koi, and that one is a little bit darker. Endless Center is a little bit more muted, so I didn't throw those in there, but I thought I would probably get asked. So the ones that I have on my nail are definitely the closest. So those are the ones that are most important for you guys to see, but I thought I would just mention that. And then the next one I have is just a few shades darker and has more brown in it, but they go really well together. You can see that they're kind of similar. And this one's called Loves You a Latte, and it's a beautiful, really warm, rich brown. Now there's been a lot of browns that have come out, and so I know you'd want to see how it compared to those. This one's a lot more warm, and I'll show you that in a minute. But the formula on this one is so good. It builds up so beautifully in 2 coats. It's very glossy and just glides on so nicely. I think China Glaze has been doing a really good job with their formulas lately, and I was really impressed with this one. I loved how warm it is. I really do love how warm it is. I compared it to Orly Canyon Clay. Now that was from their collection last year for fall, and that is such a good collection, you guys. You need to check it out. And I think I've been comparing a lot of those shades to a lot of shades that are coming out this year for other companies, and so I think everyone's kind of trying to do what they did last year. I don't know, maybe it's just a coincidence, but they killed it last year. So if you didn't pick up that collection, get that one. But I compared it to Orly Canyon Clay, and that's the closest. Okay, it's maybe slightly cooler, but really they're like almost identical. And then OPI Endless Center, that one's lighter and more orange. And then Cliffside Karaoke, that one's even more cooler toned, even though it's pretty warm. That one was pretty warm compared to all the browns that I have for OPI, and so you can just see how warm this one is. And I actually think I might like this the best, and maybe I just do because it's new, but I really do like it. There's workers in my house, so it's kind of weird filming with them in my house. But that's okay. They're redoing something that needed to be redone in my staircase, so I'm trying to not be too loud, but hopefully you can hear me talk in this video. Okay. Next we have Modern Auburn, and it's this gorgeous rich burgundy and like a berry shade. It's just so beautiful. I love colors like this. They're like my favorite for fall. It was hard to find one that had this exact color tone, but there is quite a few polishes that are kind of similar to this one, a handful of them. And so it was interesting to do comparisons for this one, but the formula on this one is so good. It's going to build up in 2 beautiful coats. It's rich, but it's also a little bit muted. It has a little bit of white in there, so it's not like you're really kind of inky berry. It's more of like a muted berry, if that even makes sense to you guys. I compared it to Orly Red Rock. Oh, that one's from that same Orly collection, you guys. It's so good. And that one is just a little bit more muted. And then I compared it to the new one from the Morgan Taylor fall collection called Uncharted Territory, and that's almost identical to this one. That's maybe a little bit more rich, but really it's very close. And then OPI Can't Read Without My Lipstick is a little bit darker and more rich, but it's the same kind of color tone, and I really love that polish a lot too. I will be coming out with my fall favorites probably sometime in September, so I'll be curious to see which ones I pick for that, because there are some that I feel like are kind of close, so we'll have to see when that comes. But I really liked this one a lot, even though it's kind of been done before. If you like China Glaze, then grab this one. Then I have Love 'Em and Leaves 'Em, and this is really pretty, you guys. It's such a unique color. It's just really unique and beautiful, you guys. It's this beautiful green. It's kind of an olive green. It's just packed with shimmer. I don't know, is this considered a holographic? You glitter experts, let me know. I don't know. I need to read the definition of holographics because I really don't wear them a lot. But it is just packed with shimmer, and it's very fine shimmer, and it's a little bit subtle, but you can see it. It's cool. For someone who doesn't really love shimmers, I actually really like this one. It's got a gorgeous formula. It's gonna build up in 1 coat. I like to do 2 though, just to give it a little bit more dimension. I really didn't have anything to compare it to. It did make me think of Hex Boyfriend, so I did compare it to that one, and that one was from one of their Halloween collections, I think maybe last year. And that one dries matte. It's kind of a cool toned one. I love that polish so much. And they're both just a little different, and so they're not exactly the same. But I just wanted you to see how cool toned that one was, and then how kind of olive toned this one is. So I really like this one a lot, and I think you need to pick it up. I really think it's the star of the collection. It's just quite unique. Okay, it's really interesting for me to pick favorites because I feel like these are all kind of similar. Okay, I think I'm going to pick these two. I already have that mustard yellow, but I do like this Autumn's Up better than Mustard the Courage. And then Love 'Em and Leaves 'Em, of course, because that's so unique. So those would be the two that I would pick. I'm tempted to throw this one in just because these are some of my favorite shades to wear in fall. This one is Modern Auburn. Anyway, that's it. That's the collection. Hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully those comparisons were helpful. Let me know if you really love China Glaze and if you're going to pick any up, or maybe you already have. Let me know down below. And thanks so much for watching and commenting. I know who keeps commenting, and I really appreciate those who are putting in the effort to continue to comment, because it really does help me out. And I just am loving getting to know you guys and what you like. So I appreciate that. Anyway, I will see you for my next review. Bye.